what do you want to see? Like, if you could step in and just like chat with Dino for like 5 minutes, like what would you say that you want to see? Not on the power play and penalty kill, just 5-on-5. Like, are there roster changes that you would make?
I don't know if necessarily like roster changes, but like I think my overall message, like, yo, simmer the fuck down. Like, finish every hit, fine. That's fine. It hasn't changed since game one. They've been making the same fucking calls. So stop bitching about it. Don't whine. Guess what? That's the way it is. That's the way the series is getting called for both fucking teams, by the way. And again, one team is making the adjustments and the other team is not. So don't be stubborn. Make the changes you need to make in terms of just how you're fucking approaching these games. Because, like, that game was over in the first 3 minutes. Game 4, it was over. And they didn't change a goddamn thing. Like, so realistically, it's kind of just like, dude, keep it simple. You know what, like, has provided you guys success in the past. Like, and it's clearly not what you're doing. Like, so my overall is like, simmer the fuck down. Like, just play the fucking game. Because now at this point, it looks like every time they go out for a shift, they're just like worrying about the ref too. Where it's just like, I'm gonna go ahead and make this hit. They're like looking at the ref. Like, it's just unbelievable. It's like, stop, just fucking play the game and maybe win a face-off. I don't know.
Okay, the one that I want to see, and I'll throw this to you for opinion, I guess. I want Gus Nyquist in the top 6. I want him stapled there. I don't care where. Put him with skill guys and put him in a different role. I think that guy's been cooking and he's ready to burst.
Yeah, I like that. I would love to see him with whether it's Boulder or whether it's Johansson. I mean, I guess that would be the same thing. Yeah, he needs to be on the ice.
I'd even put him in for Zuccarello, man. Like, I'm not benching Zuccarello, but he's been okay. Like, I think that people are dogging him a little too hard, but like, it's definitely not all there. And it's the kind of shakeup that him and Kaprizov might need.
I do think we would be in a, well, obviously, but man, some of those fucking Ottinger saves in game 4, dude. I mean, that guy is a maniac. He's unbelievable. He's a fucking stud. Like, man, and even if they end up losing that game still, if just one of those goes in, whether they force overtime or just whatever, like, I do wonder if they just need one little thing to go right, to go their way. But, like, I mean, Ottinger is just, he is in sicko mode. He is insane. Like, some of that save on Johansson, unbelievable. Breakaway saves.
I do think that some of our attempts could be better, but that's not to take away from Ottinger. He has been lights out. He's been incredible. We all knew that he had this in him. And I think game 6, there's better likelihood that Gus steals the game than that Dean makes all the adjustments that need to be made. Like, we need Gustafsson to outduel Ottinger to get us to game 7.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of, I wanted to bring this up because I was listening. If anyone out there is familiar with Dmitry Filipovich, he's got a podcast, the PDO Cast. He had, what's his fucking name? He's a goalie guy, though. But he was actually talking about the game 2 decision with Fleury. And he's like, it actually even, like, he was on board with it. And he was saying how, number one, Dallas is like the most difficult place for goaltenders to play with, like, how hot it is and how just, like, he was saying he had one goalie earlier this year who lost like 11 pounds. So then I was like, oh my God. And if he didn't eat?
If he didn't eat after 130, I mean, I can't even imagine.
But I mean, just the water weight you lose, I guess, playing goalie in Dallas. And I mean, they went 2 overtime. So it's interesting. Like, and again, they were never winning. It doesn't matter who was in that game 2. They were not winning that fucking game. But it was interesting. So I encourage anyone to go listen, first of all, to anything that Filipovich produced with the PDO Cast. It's a phenomenal show. I love just like the blending of like normal hockey talk that I don't need to like with the analytics side of it too, where he puts it just a little more context. But it was interesting, so I encourage everyone to go listen to that.